So you clicked on this video wondering what center should you build, what centers for you, and hopefully this video can help you out. I made this video to give my insight on the centers, how I feel about them, ranking them, best builds for them potentially, and what would I recommend for each character, the pros and cons, all that good stuff. This video is targeted towards my the PVUS I'm running, which I will show throughout the video. At the end of the video, I kind of like swap places with it. But my PVUS, I am running 3-point, mid-range, normal move speed, and rebound. So that's the type of build I'm running on Blair. Again, I got her as the best center because she is so good. She could do it all. Is very good at defense. She does have a lot of meta skills, and she's very good at offense. And not only that, wherever you disperse your stats at P6 or P7, you get additional attributes so you can make up for her rebounding or her jump shot block, whatever you want to do. I think I put the stats towards maybe rebounding, a jump shot block, and 3-point. I'm not 100% sure. I did pre-record it and I'm currently talking over it. But yes, I do have Blair as the best center. Y'all might disagree with me. That is perfectly fine. But again, Blair is more of a playing style and she is capable of doing it all for you. At the number 2 spot for me, it is iamKilla. iamKilla was my number 1 ranked center for the longest time until Blair dropped. I have iamKilla at number 2. I do believe Blair is slightly better than iamKilla, but I do think iamKilla is a very good big that is currently underrated. I don't see too many iamKillas, and when I do, they do give me a problem. iamKilla is one of those characters too that takes a lot of skill to master. As far as her P5 ability, I can acknowledge it's not the easiest to use, but it is very satisfying once you learn how to master it. And iamKilla provides a lot for you. She has okay shooting stats, which I'll touch on in a second. She provides good defense. She has good rebounding, and not only that, she is one of the best passing bigs alongside Lloyd and Big Dog. So, and not to mention, you can build iamKilla to your liking. If you want her to be more of support, want her to be a scorer, want her to be a third and inside, it is up to you. Now, back to her shooting. None of the centers are really known for shooting unless like Lee. Blair also can shoot, and Lloyd, she has the 4th highest shooting stat minus those other centers I just mentioned. Not only that, she makes up with shooting touch at P6. Again, you can build her to your liking. That is currently running on her is shooting touch, and I'm running quick jumper on her. It kind of might be a little bit harder to build her shooting stat, but I would recommend trying to build iamKilla to be able to shoot threes consistently. It is fun. Now, as far as the build I'm running on her, I'm running double 3-point success rate, and I'm running normal movement speed with a jump shot block card, and I'm running defense resistance. And as far as my attributes, I put them towards rebounding, jump shot block, and 3-point stat. And my PVUS are the same. I'm running mid-range, 3-point, rebounding, and normal movement speed. And again, iamKilla at P6, which I think is probably the best option for P6, is very good. If you're asking me what center should I P6, it depends what your playstyle is personally, what you're looking for. But as far as skills wise, I think Camilla's P6 is very valid. You can't go wrong with her skills. She gets shooting touch, quick and move, pick and move, I'm sorry, and she gets backwards, man. You can't go wrong with building Camilla, and I would highly recommend investing in Camilla. She is very underrated in today's meta, and she's a fun character, especially if you take the time to master Camilla. Now, I know a lot of y'all are probably waiting for this. Where do I rank Cal as a center? And he fell down to the number 3 spot for me. Even on his release day, he was number 2 for me. Reason being, Blair never dropped. Now, Hal is a center that provides very good rebounding for you. He's the best rebounding character in the game. And not only that, he provides very good defense for you. He is the best defensive center in the game. My thing is, he's just not my playing style. I prefer a center that likes to space the floor, and he is not doing that for you. He has the lowest shooting stat in the game, and trying to build him to shoot is very painful. So yeah, if you're somebody who likes to space the floor like me, I would try to stay away from Hal. But also, Hal is very easy to use, not that hard to use, especially like in 3x3 ranked. Hal is your go-to character. He's a force on the inside. He has very good defense and rebounding, and just like Tor said when I was talking to him getting these clips, he said Hal does what a center is supposed to do, and I'm not mad at that. So if you're looking forward to just no center, especially if you want to play within the meta, Hal should be your best option, and I understand why you say Hal is number 1. But for me, as somebody who likes a well-rounded playing style, especially shooting, I prefer shooting over just staying in the paint. Then Hal is not my option. He still is number 3. I'm not taking anything away from him, but he's just not it for me. Now, as far as my ability cards, I have double 3-point success rate, but they're silver, so shooting with Hal is very painful, and I don't have any 3-point stat for him, so you can only imagine how even more painful it is shooting with a 39 3-pointer, I believe it is. And Lee is the only one with 3-point success rate PVA, so I'm not doing anything with that. I run jump shot block for stats as far as P6 too, and ability cards. As far as my stats, I went towards jump shot block, I believe rebound, and I went towards 3-point. Hal is also a character at P6 you really don't need. If you're asking me, should I P6 Hal? He is not the best option, but if you're a Hal man and you want to fit inside the meta, by any means go crazy, but Hal should not be your first option. Next up on the list, I have Big Joe. I do think Big Joe is the 4th best center in the game. He is very easy to use, very fun to use, and he is an offensive center with very good rebounding and very good defense. He's like a mini version of Hal. It depends what you prefer. Not only that, he can provide spacing if you build him to that. He's a character that you can build to your liking, but I can acknowledge his spacing is not the best. It's hence why I run shooting touch on him. As far as his P6 is it's not that good. I think his best option is power rebound, obviously, but his P6 is not the first P6 I'll go with, if I'm being honest with you, unless you enjoy Big Joe. Big Joe 2, the build I'm running him is double 3-point success rate, normal movement speed with a jump shot block card. His perimeter defense is not good, but his paint defense is amazing. So that's with Big Joe. And as far as stats, I went towards 3-point. Center in the game. Not only that, he provides a lot of spacing and is able to facilitate for you. He's a good passer. He's a good scorer. Not only that, he's somewhat of a threat when it comes to offense. I don't see too many people try to score on Lloyd, but he could be a threat if you really want to be, and he's good at setting up your team and spacing the floor. Now his P6 too. I do think his P6 is a underrated option. I do think he has the better options as far as the P6 versus the other centers. I gotta rethink who has a P6 as a center, but he is up there as far as options. Now Lloyd can be a threat in the inside, he could be a threat on the outside, and he's a threat on rebounding. But his defense is absolutely terrible. Now as far as build, I don't think I showed off my build, but my build, I'm running hybrid or try to match with my P-bus, which I'm running a 3-point success rate, mid-range success rate, running double defense resistance, and I'm running rebounding cards on them. It's not too hard to build Lloyd. It depends what you're looking for. I would not recommend trying to build Lloyd on defense, but I would recommend him making him more of a threat on offense, especially when it comes to shooting, since he does have very good spacing. And as far as P6, I went with pick and move. He does get layup pass and hook shot. You could go with hook shot. I don't see hook shot. Hook shot is a very underrated pick, but it's up to you. His passive too, he does nerf people's defense if he is much taller than you, but only character really does not work on his house, so it is what it is. Now, as far as stats, I went towards my defense and my speed. I try to save it. There's no justice doing that. And not only that, I went towards his 3-point shot. Lloyd is a solid character. Lee is number 6 for me. Reason being, he is more in my playing style. Now, granted, his rebounding is not that high. His defense is also not that high. He has the second lowest stat as far as defense and rebounding when it comes to centers, but he is, in my opinion, the best floor spacing big, and he has okay defense with okay rebounding. He does get shooting touch. His whole kit is around him shooting, so that's what I'm aiming for. He does get manual block too. His defense is not the best, but it's also not the worst, and he does get power rebound. Again, his rebound is not the best, but it's not the worst. Now, reason being, he is number 6. I think it was between him and Lloyd for me, but Lloyd does a little bit more than Lee does, so that's why he fell to number 6 for me. Not only that, his P6 too is not that good. It's very underwhelming in my opinion, especially as a free-to-play character. I thought they would have shown him more love, but I do think since he did receive nerf after nerf, and not only that, he is counterable now. You got characters like Blair and Max who can counter him. His whole thing is getting inside the paint. If you stop him from getting inside the paint, then Jimmy is just, you can't use Jimmy. Now, granted, he is the best rebounder center alongside Hal with his recent buff, but that's it. And not only that, he has very good underrated paint defender, but he just does not get manual block for some reason. They flopped on that. As far as his P6 is all right. He has chipping, I believe, and tipping, and then touch pass, and his skills was the main thing that made Jimmy different from other centers. You can't block his skills, but now half of the time you're not even guaranteed to make it. I mean, he is a cheesy character, especially in 3x3 ranked. He will be your go-to character, but as far as that, his only usage is in 3x3 ranked, or if you just can't score, then pull Jimmy out. But other than that, Jimmy is just not the best option if you're asking for me. And as far as my build, I tried running 3-point on him. I really don't care for Jimmy. As far as my stats, I'm running 3-point and rebounding. He does like spacing too, but if you're looking for an offensive take, then Jimmy is your character. Next up on the list is Luther. I got Luther ranked at the number 9 spot. Reason being is he is a traditional center just like many of these other centers, but he's just lackluster. Like example, I think there's better options like Big Joe and Hal. Now granted, Luther is a free-to-play character, not a bad free-to-play option if you're looking for a traditional big, but I do believe Luther does get his most value at P6 for anybody wondering. So if you're going to P6 Luther, it is not bad. I would recommend going for manual block. He does get chip out if you want to be a rebounder. I do believe they could have given power rebound, but that's just personally me. Other than that, he's kind of easy to read, not too hard to stop too, especially when you got characters like Cal or even Blair or any other center who knows how to play paint defense, and Luther is very underwhelming as a center. But he is not a terrible option. His passive, he does receive a huge rebounding buff when he goes against a center. And if you build him with freestyles, especially inside the paint, Luther can be a dominant presence. But that is up to you. I still believe there's better options in Luther, just personally how I feel. As far as my skills and stats, But if you don't care, you just want a traditional big who's capable of grabbing rebounds, being a force on the inside, and playing defense, you could go with Hal, you could go with Jimmy, you could go with Big Joe, and you could go Krista, and Luther still on the board would probably be the worst option in my opinion. It depends what you're looking for. Looking for more defense, you can go with Hal, you can go with Krista, and you can go with Big Joe. Jimmy's up there, his defense is very good, it's just he does have manual block. If you want more offense, then Jimmy will probably be your best bet, and then followed by that it'll be Big Joe and Hal. It depends what you're looking for and what your priority is. Now if you're looking for a floor spacer, I'm gonna go free to play first. Lee is your best bet, and even without free to play, I still say Lee is your best bet. Lee is the best shooting center in my opinion. He gets shooting touch, and his P5 makes him much better at shooting the ball too. Lee is your best bet, and followed by that, I would have to say maybe Lloyd and Blair. They're also very good at shooting, and iamKilla and Big Joe. If you really take the time to build Big Joe, then Big Joe is a good option as far as when it comes to shooting with shooting touch. Now, as far as rebounding, your best rebounding centers and it gets the job done. But if you want more defense or whatever you look for your desires, you got to really look into your B buffs and decide what you want to do. Would I recommend these P buffs? They get the job done. They're not bad. If you want to be a well-rounded character who's able to space and rebound it, by any means, be my guest. I hope this video helped you out. I will talk more on my stream about builds and recommendations.